Hello, and welcome back to Siorus Plays Crusader Kings 2, The Men of the North. We are playing as the Kingdom of Strathclyde, the Kingdom of Alt-Cleet, the rock on the Clyde River in modern-day Scotland. Our little Welsh kingdom is spreading. We've doubled our size, so at this rate of growth, nothing can stop us. Where we left off last time, we had just lost our previous character, Owain. We are now playing as his eldest son, Rivendell, who's apparently the third of Strathclyde. We lost our previous character to a combination of factors, mostly, entirely resulting from my mistake at letting him lead an army. It's not always a mistake to do that, but these getting injured in battle is pretty common, and at this stage of the game, having him lead an army was maybe more of a risk than I should have taken, especially considering he wasn't even that great at fighting, so that's my bad. He died of camp fever, and so right before he died, he got typhus, and I wasn't sure, and I thought, and sure enough, camp fever just is another word for typhus. I was kind of curious about typhus and exactly how it spread, just to have a little bit of background information on that. And I guess it is spread by the body louse, so body lice, not head lice, but body lice. And what they do is they get it by feeding on somebody who has the bacterium in them, and then they transmit it through their feces. And the way that it goes from their feces to the person that they infect is they'll bite them, and then that person will scratch at the bite because it itches. And in so doing, they'll rub the feces into the wound and infect themselves. So that's sad. We can imagine Owain, with his horrible head wound that he got in battle, just sort of, scratching at his arm and sealing his fate. The symptoms are not great. Severe headache, sustained high fever, cough, rash, severe muscle pain, chills, falling blood pressure, stupor, so as you become unresponsive to outside stimuli, except for things like pain, I think, sensitivity to light, delirium, and of course finally death. So it's a really awful package, really. Not that I think there are many great ways to die, but it's certainly not the best. There are now, in the present day, a vaccine was developed, I think, during World War II, and modern antibiotics have a really good chance of treating it, depending on how early you get the antibiotics. Unfortunately, none of that helped our dear, beloved king, Owain of Strathclyde, so rest in peace, old buddy. You've joined your father. Alright. So other things that have happened, the Viking Age has begun. So we have a culprit right down here, a nice example, Agder out of Norway. They're currently invading northern Wales, led by their leader here, who has a, he's a hedonist, so he's got the kind of cute little red nose. But it's not stopping him from leading his armies, so that's good. He's up and at 'em. Getting out. He's not just sitting in the house drinking all day. We were going to invade Northumbria at the end of the last episode, and that's what I think we're going to do today. I have some misgivings, but I think, not having misgivings before a battle, before a war, would just be irresponsible anyway. My major misgiving is the Picts right here, who are perfectly positioned to stab us in the back as we go south. They don't like us a lot. They don't hate us, but they don't like us a lot. On the plus side, they don't have a huge army. So I think our army right now, what we can muster, other than the 305 men, or actually, is it including the 305 men, now that I think about it? Yeah, it's including the 305 men. That's awful. Yeah, so we can only muster about 500-something men right now. Because we would have 529 men. So that's not great, because they can raise 689. So not the best thing in the world. but, you know, we're not horribly off in terms of strength. Our allies are kind of the big ticket, and when it comes to the picks, they have some of the same allies as us, which I don't love, but on the plus side, one of their allies, for example, is Gwyneth, who is also our ally. They like the picks at 32, they like us at 48, and from my understanding of the mechanics, I think that if they ended up being called into war by both of us, they'll choose the person they like more. They like me more at the moment. So we want it to stay that way. Other than that, their other allies, I mean, I think it's just mostly their own vassals anyway, so that's not, yeah, that doesn't really change much. I don't think anyway. Let me see. Because that was the total realm levy, right? Yeah, the top levy of him. Okay, perfect. So, maybe not, actually. They might be able to raise a lot of guys. I'm not sure. Ugh. So, if they come after us, that could be pretty bad. If they can get everybody involved, and they probably could. So our real hope here, as we begin to spread out, is that we can count on our allies. Gwyneth, Wessex, and, of course, our vassal, who likes us a lot. And so it really worked out that our former character had the family focus. He built up these friendships between his sons. So our brother is our friend and loves us. So he's got a plus 100 and plus 50. Without that, from the looks of it, it might have been a lot closer to, you know, just maybe just a little bit liking us. So we can really count on him to back us up at any point. And that'll probably last, you know, the entire lifetime of these characters. You know, barring any sort of horrible disaster in their relationship. So that's really great. Our sons are still too young to get new alliances, which is too bad. But hopefully we can survive 14 years. So spread out a little bit. I'm worried about the revolt risks, but we're down to 0 in Altcleat. We're only down to we're down to 3% in Erin. I think we're pretty good. Although they still are Cathar, so hopefully that'll change soon. Speaking of the Cathars, so looking at this nightmare situation that in our timeline would have been a nice and neat Frankian empire still growing under Charlemagne, because I don't think he was crowned the Holy Roman Emperor by the Pope until I think Christmas 800 maybe? It was around there, so you know. In real life, he was still alive at this point, still spreading out. In this timeline, he died in battle against the Saxons, who have completely reasserted themselves, still just completely pagan. Karl's, or Charlemagne's 2 sons, I guess we'd call him Karl in this timeline. There was nothing great about him, so he's not really Charlemagne. 2 sons kind of have this broken up, although the one son, I think Magnacar, is currently dominating, so who knows, maybe he'll be able to do what his father failed to do. But he's a Cathar, so that is creating this whole new interesting religious situation where they are trying to convert a huge portion of Western Europe into following the Cathar faith, which could end up leading to holy wars down the road. And already. But alright, enough hemming and hawing, it's time for action. Oh, I'm nervous. Oh, I'm scared. I'm so scared. I think we might as well even send our Chancellor somewhere else. There's no point, really, in leaving him there. I don't think we want to go to war with Kent right now anyway. Let's improve diplomatic relations. Perfathulad likes Pictland more than us right now, so making their vassal like us a little bit more might be a good idea. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay. So he's currently leading... suppressing the revolts, that's not the best. I am leading this army. I do not like the idea of me leading this army. So let's see, can we get some new commanders here? We have Abamos as a commander. Are there any other commanders? Okay, why is this guy not a commander? He's got 14, come on. Yeah, this guy, Gordiat, come on. We've got, like, amazing commanders around here. Let's get him in there. And our son, Owain. Well, go into battle, old boy. He doesn't like me at all. Why don't you like me? Oh wait, okay, he likes me alright. Oh, because I just made him commander, so that helped. Yeah, so he unfortunately never got the friendship or the love that our father instilled in the other two of us. That's okay. At least as of right now, he doesn't have a title, so I don't need to worry about him. For the moment. For the nonce. Okay. Let's do this thing. Would have preferred to have you at war, but you know what? It is time to dance the dance of life. Dance with me, Lewis. Dance the dance of life. Please come in, allies. Maybe. Whoops. Maybe. Come on, Carrie Elways. Join me. Why does it keep doing that? Yep. Yep, okay, thank you. Oh, just calling them my vassals. Okay, so it brings that up as that. That's interesting. Well, we're gonna raise the troops. Raise all the troops. And we're going to march south. Hoping for the best. I do not want Rithirk in there. Let's have, well, do we just want to have him actually in the center? Let's have Guriad on the flank. And our son Owain. Making a name for himself on the other flank. And make sure the speed's down as we go into battle. Oh, no troops getting raised yet. That's good. Is there a river between there? Okay, across to there. And into Teviotdale. So if they come at us from Teviotdale, we'll be protected there. Ugh, okay. Oh yeah, and this happened right at the end of the last video. And basically, right after I'd stopped recording, but before I could shut it off, I was clicking through these events. And so this guy was trying to build a claim on us, and you know, sure enough, they never not do it that I've ever seen. They, you know, if they start trying to do it, they always decide to go ahead with it. Alright. Still waiting on the reply. 14th of July. They're fighting off the Vikings down here. It looks like they actually caught them. Nice, and they're heading home. Well done. Send them back into the sea. Oh, we lost our marshal. Okay. Well, Eladir, you're our new marshal. You're a marshal now. How's Aaron doing? 3%. It's still the same. I will honor my obligation to the great rogue. What? Why am I the great rogue? Alright. Thank you. Ah, sweet. Alright, we got Carrie Elways. We got, Elrond. We've got Elrond with us, too. With the forces of Rivendell by our side, we cannot fail. New son. Azov. Azov. What are our other sons' names? We have Maxon, we have Fulligan and Mulligan, which I do regret, kind of. Actually, no, I don't. That's I like that. And yeah, what other names could we give him? Maxon, Owain. Well, Owain died. Any good names around? Anybody want to do? We could do Dimnagil, I guess, just to keep that name in the family. It's alright. Did I spell that right? Yes. Okay. Cool. Another son. Mazel tov. Okay, so we're doing that down there. Their troops are coming north. Doesn't seem like they're raising a ton. Now, I mean, they can certainly raise more than we can. They have a lot of troops, and they're currently headed our way. So that's not the best. And even that river is not going to protect us, outnumbered 2-1. So we need our allies to get up here quickly. Oh, good, he's heading back down to Lancaster. Alright, excellent. Oh, should we join them, actually? We should probably join them. Okay, so they're going to be in Lancaster at that point, so let's head... He's heading to Cumberland. He's heading to Lancaster. Wait, how's he heading to Lancaster? Oh, I see. Okay, but he's going to go to there. Alright, so try to get in there. Come on, we're going to get in there. Gotta help him. Gotta help our buddies. Welsh power! Cymru ambith. Alright. We could probably speed it up a little bit. I'll wait until this battle's over. Which I'm cautiously optimistic about. Another son! Oh yeah, I keep forgetting I have all those concubines. Another good name. Oh. Can't think of a good name. Let's look around, see if any good names pop out of this. Well, you know, sure. Let's go with that. Alright. Keep fighting, my boys. Make Daddy proud. Oh no, are we losing? What? How are we losing? What happened? Why did our forces fall? Oh, this is bad. Okay, well, on the plus side, we still can rely on the forces of Wessex, but... Ouch! Alright, I did not think we were going to lose that battle. I don't know what happened here, what turned this battle around. Oof, that really hurt us. Alright, we do not want to get caught with our pants down here. Oh, my wife's pregnant, yay. I can name the child Bitter Defeat. And step through here. Don't mind me, boys. Okay. Negative 48% because of that defeat. That is rough. I could always take a loan out from the Jewish merchants and get some mercenaries. I do not want to do that. That is kind of the one thing I have that might save me from the Picts, other than my allies currently. Oof, this is not good. So we just got caught here by this small army. And our morale is super low, so we're probably not going to win this. Yeah. On the plus side, they only killed a couple of us. And we still get to continue into there. Okay, good. So we'll join up with our friends here. I'll pause the moment we win so I can lock ourselves into their army. And yeah, we will attach ourselves if we can. Is it not going to let us? Okay, we are attached. Okay, cool. Now, if I move, do I move? I move all of us. Excellent. Okay. So we're all going to Cumberland, so we can finish off this force. We're turning things around. Negative 18%. Oof. Nothing great comes easy. That reminds me. So I was looking into the raiding mechanic. Earlier in the series, I mentioned mistakenly that you couldn't raid people that were the same religion. I think it was that way, but apparently they changed that in the patch ways back. I haven't really played in a while, at least as a tribal people. So, yeah, it turns out you actually can raid other people, and that's something I potentially could have done earlier. I could still do now. I think it's just I should be next to somebody I'm going to raid, and everyone around me is too powerful. Once I have Galloway, I'll border Ulster, and we could raid the Irish. So there's that option. Speaking of Ireland, Ooh, captured somebody. Ah, the Earl of York. Nice. Alright. Where are you headed? Westmoreland, eh? Not if I have anything to say about it. Yes, there. Speaking of Ireland, I was looking at the descendants of Neil the Nine Hostages. I thought maybe that this was the Neil, but he's actually a descendant of the actual Neil the Nine Hostages, going way back, I think, into... Yeah, there it was. Back to, like, I think, yeah, the 300s, 400s. So this is actually the Neil of the Nine Hostages. Alright, nice. So let's head to their capital. Take out their base of operations. Can we re-raise any of our troops? No, not yet. I mean, I could disband them, but then I think I would lose the ability to control their army. So I'd rather just do that. Just get this war over with as quickly as possible. Welcome back to the party, my Welsh allies. Sorry for that hiccup. I guess they would have fought him anyway. So they definitely would have lost without me, and we lost with my forces with them anyway. So, all of our vassals. I thought all of our vassals were currently involved. Yep. Okay. Really? Wait, is he not involved? Does he currently have troops that aren't here? It occurred to me I didn't even have them help out with the whole peasant rebellion. Not that, I mean, that would have made a difference. I still would have needed that army, I think, to fight 1,500 men. Or whatever silly number of people it was. Ah, okay. Cool, he's coming in. Oh, alright. So, nice. Another 196 men. Sounds good to me. I cannot control them. So, I think this is the whole... Huh. I guess this is because of the tribal mechanic. Oh, speaking of which, I need to set this higher. So I wanted to raise the medium tribal organization. We're trying to get to max, so eventually we can go to feudal. We won't want to do it probably just like the first moment that we can do it, but sort of as a guided process. Because we will lose the ability to raise tribal armies, everything like that, and those are kind of our ace in the hole at the moment. So we want to make sure we're powerful enough that we can stand on our own 2 feet as a feudal society before we give up all those great bonuses. Plus, we'll lose the ability to have concubines, which means we'll no longer have like all of these great opportunities to have marriage alliances. Instead, we'll be having a more reasonable number of children through 1 wife instead of a wife and 3 concubines. Okay, how long is this going to take? Yeah, that's not great, but alright. Alright, so the Picts. We don't want the Picts to attack us. Please, no attacky picky. Ah, Aaron converted. Awesome, let's look. Now, is that going to create any sort of revolt risk? No. Just make it in here past all of you. Yes, the revolt risk is 10%. So I can forbid him to lead armies and suppress revolts there. And what does that give us? That brings us down to 0. I think that's worthwhile. That way we don't have to worry about that. And we can also recall him. Now, I'm still pretty sure that we can only use, these troops for religious wars, and that they won't help us with non-religious wars. And since we're all Christian, I don't think that's going to help us at all. How does the Pope like us currently? He does not like us at all. Yeah. I guess go to Rome, mustache man. Played by Tom Selleck in the movie that will be made about this game. Milo of Lucan? Okay, alright, keep it going. Our Welsh allies can take down these couple little armies. I have been making an effort to spend more time with my half-sister Morgan lately. We have not always seen eye to eye, but as her liege it is especially important to foster loyalty and respect. It is. How are you doing, Morgan? You're not married to anybody. Wait! You know, I kind of forgot all about the fact that we have these sisters that I can also get an alliance from. Is there anybody around? Oh, the Petty King of Powys. Well, he's not old enough yet. We don't just want to count. We need kings. We need lots of troops to help us. We need mighty armies. Yes. Okay. Well, what we'll do real quick, because that won't really help us in terms of this war, but if Picklin decided to attack us from behind, having an additional alliance would be potentially really great. So who do you have? You don't have any boys, and he can't be married to because he's a bishop. Unfortunately. Young Alpha is 9. That's still not terrible. But he is going to be the heir, and I don't know if we want Mercia to have a claim in their major bloodline to our kingdom. That is probably not the wisest thing in the world. She's 13? If we arranged a betrothal between her and Maxon, yeah, he wouldn't go for it anyway, and yeah. So that's not great. But we'll sit on that for a second. Are there any powerful Irish kingdoms? No, they're broken up even further than they were at the beginning. So that's unfortunate. Just out of curiosity, like, how many troops can they raise on average? Not a lot. So yeah, we'll sit on that. We'll let this war come out. We'll see the result. See what we can do from here. 7% victory score. Hopefully taking the capital here will have a nice effect. Who knows? Maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe we'll take somebody prisoner that's important. That could have a great effect. Where is their leader right now? Yep, he's just there in Bamborough. So, but we didn't get him. Alas. Alright, okay, that's going to go nice and fast. So that's really good. So we'll take that down. I can't remember whether you get more of a war score for taking the target. So, considering it doesn't seem like they're really raising a lot of troops out of York, which would be my other target. Fersel. That's an interesting name. Fersel. Sure. I have so many sons. Being around Mabon makes me feel calm and satisfied. The contentedness of her is contagious, and all the world's trouble seems less frightening. I need some of that, so that's good. Thank you. Oh, I had the stress. Oh, wow, I'm not stressed anymore. I didn't even realize I was stressed. Oh, that's good. Eee, another Jewish man. He's offered his services at our court. Aha. Interesting. Let's take a peek at him. What's he look like? You at the bottom, because you're new. You are. Ish. Doesn't like me a lot, probably because I'm an infidel and a foreigner. Yep. Well, that's what you get when you travel abroad. If you don't like foreigners, you probably shouldn't go into international politics. Oh, he's pretty good around the board. I mean, he's the best at intrigue, but he's not bad at the other things, like some of our former foreign friends have been. So that's really cool. And he's an intricate web weaver. Well, let's get him married. Haranvi. Oh, she's lustful, so there might be a good chance that they'll have kids together. Excellent. Alright, so I'll remember him. We still have Abamos going strong. Can I give you a title or something? I don't want to make you the designated regent when you hate me, but I really don't want you to hate me anymore. Oh, 20 gold. I don't want to give you 20 gold to make you like me. I guess you'll like me better as I get a long reign. I'm gonna take the chance. This is probably gonna be the thing where I'll look back and say, I think it was that, as he drives a knife into my back. Yeah. Thank you, brother. Brother! Alright, 11% every 12 days? Okay. We're at 13%. This is not going super fast, but I want to completely cut off their capital as the center of their armies. And we'll take out this little army. Oh, Pickland! Pickland cannot help but just come crawling in behind us to eat up another little chunk of Northumberland because they're distracted. Oh, Pickland, we'd be the best of friends if we weren't the bitterest of rivals. Oh, I'm known as the Fat. Oops. My cheeks are a bit chubby. Still, that's unfair. There's a lot more to me than my weight, so, you know, I'm also arbitrary. But I'm patient, I'm shy. I tend to let female thieves and bandits get away with lighter sentences than men. I might condemn a woman to a few months in prison, whilst a man might get one of his hands chopped off. It's how it should be. Aranwi reacts to High Chief Rithric III's arbitrary way. Aranwi. Aranwi seems upset. Well, I'm upset. I want to change. I want to change. Help me change. Okay. So we've completed that. We're at 14%. We'll go take the capital. Or we'll go take the target, rather. We've already taken the capital. Oh, Pickland, you jerks. And I don't like them spreading. This is not good for us. What I should really do is, now that I have Galloway, become friends with Northumbria and work to take some land from the Picts. At least for kind of our short-term goal of creating the Kingdom of Strathclyde at sort of its height, I don't really want to go into Pickland, but just as a necessity, we need to kind of cut down on their power growth. They're getting far too powerful, and we need to look for a good opportunity to get in there and carve a chunk or two off of them to keep them from, well, just completely absorbing us. Which is, of course, what happened historically, so, you know, there is a historical precedent for my fear. It's sort of sad. I think that the role of the Britons in Scottish history tends to get downplayed. I went to I'm trying to remember the name of the museum, but I think sort of is it the National History Museum in Edinburgh? So looking through all these exhibits of kind of talking about the different peoples that made up Scotland's past and the ways in which they contributed to Scotland's history. Looking at all the different displays from the different like the Picts and the Scots, and all the Britons had was in the far corner, in the far back, one little tiny placard with like a couple paragraphs of information, and that was it. Meanwhile, there were plenty of interesting finds and exhibits there that were from that British past, but were not at all advertised as such. And again, I think a lot of it stems from this confusion that they don't want to go into of having the Scots being told that like there's this British past. I don't know why they downplay it so much. So I mean, I think if you walk around asking the average person in lowland Scotland, out even in the heartland of where they spoke Welsh, for example, or Old Welsh rather, or Cumbric, south of the Antonine Wall, for example, and told them that their ancestors potentially used to speak Welsh. I don't think that they would believe you for the most part. I don't think a lot of people know about that, at least from the experience I've had talking with people from Scotland. So, yeah, it's not like I've had a fully sized statistical sample, so I can't really say for a fact, but that's my general impression. My liege, my mission to Parfethulad has so far been a success. Okay, alright, so we're getting him to like me more. That's really great. That means he'll be less likely to help Pictland if they decide to pick a fight with us. Pun slightly intended. Okay. My half-sister. Good, yep. So we're getting her to like me more, too. Excellent. Alright, so that lasts for... Oh, okay. So it only lasts for 240 months. Alright. I mean, only, yeah. That's still a long time, but that's nice. Good. Wait, we're at 4%? Okay, 28%. Alright. So, yeah, let's just continue this. So that definitely seems to help doing the target area. Okay. Oh, we're at 32 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to stop this episode here. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see, feel free to leave a like. It's greatly appreciated. If you really like what you see and you'd like to be told when new episodes come onto the channel, feel free to subscribe. That would be greatly appreciated too. But in either case, just thank you, and I will see you next time.